So I failed 75 hard. I've been vlogging and uploading every single day of my 75 hard journey, and I just finished day 14, so 2 full weeks. And while it seems the 5 rules are pretty simple, every day you must take a progress picture, read 10 pages of a book, drink 1 gallon of water, follow a diet, and complete 2 45-minute workouts, and if you miss a day, you must start over. However, it may not be as straightforward as it seems. This challenge is intended to be strict and hard. I mean, it's called 75 hard.
If they complete it, if they follow it without any compromise, in 75 days, you will be a different person, guaranteed.
And if you don't do it right, well, you're not really doing it. If you're not abiding by every single rule, according to the creator, I mean, you're not doing it. It's been a while since I listened to the 2 main podcast episodes explaining 75 Hard by Andy Frisella, who is the creator of it. And I just re-listened to them and it kind of hit me hard. I was not taking it serious enough. You know, I didn't cut all sugar from my diet or do anything that was super, super crazy and strict and just unrealistic and unsustainable. And I never would do that, but I do feel like, eating chips, for example, which is something I have done a couple days in a row, is not necessarily part of 75 Hard. It's not really following the whole diet part. The rule is that you must pick a diet and follow it, no deviations, no cheat days, and absolutely no alcohol. And I chose to essentially make it a protein goal, eat 100 grams of protein a day. But I do feel like I kind of abused that. With just setting a protein goal, you can essentially eat whatever you want as long as you hit a number by the end of the day. And I don't want to do that.
Choose the diet according to your goals, and you have to stick with it. No junk. None whatsoever. Not one bite. If you eat 1 chocolate chip in your macro diet, you start over.
And I'm really only hurting myself by not taking this part seriously. And maybe I am hurting those that watch me by not taking it seriously enough. So my apologies. So it is time to restart and refine it. Here is my new diet for 75 Hard. I must hit 100 grams of protein every single day. Only 1 scoop of protein powder can count towards that 100 though. So for example, if I have collagen, I'm not adding that into the 100. And this is just to get me to eat as many great sources of protein as possible and not rely on those things. No chips or crackers. I simply don't need those. I can go 75 days without those. No chocolate or candy. Again, simply don't need that. And I want to continue making as many things from home as possible. This is just kind of like an extra little detail. I've been really loving doing this, and chances are if you make something at home, it's going to be better quality in terms of ingredients and cleaner and things like that compared to if you buy it from the store. So I want to continue making as many things as possible. And I think this diet is a little more refined, a little more specific, and there's more guidelines, and I think I understand it. It's a little more clear. The more I think about it, this diet really does eliminate a lot of packaged and ultra processed foods, which is exactly the goal. For example, the other night my friends came over and wanted to do s'mores. Well, no chips or crackers. Didn't eat the graham cracker. No chocolate or candy. Obviously didn't have the chocolate, and I would classify a marshmallow as part of candy. So I just simply didn't have s'mores, and it wasn't that big of a deal. The categories might not seem that limiting at first, but I really think they're kind of umbrella terms, and they're gonna end up steering me really well. There's only really 3 to 4 guidelines, but I really like it, and I think it'll be really good for me and true to the integrity of the challenge. And it'll definitely steer me to have a high protein diet, but be really trying to eat protein rich foods and not just, hit 100 grams of protein, but 2 sources are powder, and then I can have a couple handfuls of chocolate chips if I want a sweet treat at night. Another thing is you can go down a Reddit rabbit hole and really dig yourself deep into all these different stipulations and variables and this and that. And sometimes I do think you gotta think a little more with common sense into these things, but sometimes it requires some digging to clear some things up. Totally get that. The reason I bring this up is because I got this comment. It's essentially saying that you cannot use an umbrella when it rains, which if you remember, I think it was day 3 or day 4, I did that. It was raining all day. I still got outside, did that 45-minute workout outside. My lower half got completely drenched, but my upper half stayed dry because I used an umbrella. Not being able to use an umbrella is like not being able to wear a hat and gloves when you're outside in freezing temperatures. I'm just gonna say it, my personal opinion, that's just dumb. I scoured the internet, all of Andy's sources, podcasts, FAQ pages, this and that, not Reddit, because anyone can say anything on Reddit. So I looked for sources by him, and what I found is that you cannot work out outside under coverings. I think using common sense and knowledge and all the context clues and everything else you read, pavilions or outdoor facilities that are kind of like half outdoor, half indoor, little roofing things and things like that. That's not fully outdoor. The point is that you need to go outside, you need to work out, you need to get the job done. If you're in somewhere that's like, I don't know, half garage or something, you're not fully outside. You're not experiencing the outside. If you're at an outdoor pavilion, you have a roof over your head. It keeps you out of the sun, out of the rain, out of the snow. That defeats the purpose. But not using an umbrella is like not using a hat. And also, I couldn't find anything from him saying no umbrellas. So I want to clear that up because yes, I saw some Reddit pages that were like, no umbrellas, this, that, like no umbrellas, no umbrellas. And then I saw other ones that are like, you guys, sometimes you need to stop reading too deep in the rules and you need to just get out there and do it. I read so much online. I listened to these podcast episodes and I do think my mindset is a little bit reframed after doing all of that and reminding myself all of that. I've listened to these before, but not super recent. And so I'm like, you know what? I need that refresher. Am I even doing this right? And that's my fault. I should have done it before I started, but I thought, oh, I listened to it a year ago. Like, I got it. And I didn't have it. And I'm owning up to that. So let's go over the rules. Take a progress picture every day. I feel like that one's pretty straightforward. Wear some revealing clothing. This is for you. You don't have to post it, but take a progress picture every single day. Read 10 pages of a nonfiction, self-development, or entrepreneurship book. No audiobooks. And in the second episode he published, all about 75 Hard, he did say no digital books.
Standard format, not audiobooks, not digital books, not books with 5 words on each page. The main reason that it has to be a real book is because there's a sense of accomplishment that you can see as you move through the book. And what you're going to start to notice on a micro level, on a day-by-day level, is that you're getting stronger every single day.
I don't have a Kindle, so this is no problem for me, but I'm just telling you exactly what he said. I'm not saying it's wrong. Don't shoot the messenger, right? But I'm just saying exactly what he said. I'm just repeating it. Drink 1 gallon of water every day. Pure water, though. The water in your coffee doesn't count. The water in your tea doesn't count. It can't be flavored. Again, I didn't create these rules, but that is the clarification. It's supposed to be plain water. Follow a diet, no cheating, no deviations, no alcohol. And if it's a macro-based diet, don't abuse it. He is not necessarily a fan of a macro-based diet, but he's saying if you use it, don't use it as an excuse to eat M&Ms at night. I think I really needed to refine mine after hearing that because as the creator of the challenge, if he were to watch back my videos, he'd be like, this isn't the point. And who am I hurting by doing that? I'm hurting myself. So I took it upon myself to be like, you know what? I need to fix this. We need to start over. Let's clear it off. Let's redo it. And that's the journey we're on. And that's okay. And you must complete 2 45-minute workouts per day. They cannot be consecutive. They must be at least 3 hours apart. And the point of this is to make it inconvenient. Like, this is supposed to be hard. You can't just do a 45-minute workout inside, then you're all sweaty and go walk it off outside. Like, that's not the point. The point is that it's inconvenient and you have to do things you don't want to do at, unfavorable conditions and stuff like that. So that is the stipulation on that. And it can be any type of workout. Like, it can be walking, it can be stretching, and it can be as hard as like an Ironman or a really intense HIIT session. Like, it can be any type of workout. And he does say that, like, you can walk, you can do weights outside, you can do whatever you want as a workout. Of course, as long as it's like exercise and physical movement, but you gotta follow the 45 minutes and the minimum of 1 outside, and they must be at least 3 hours apart. Which has been pretty easy for me because I usually lift in the morning and then we walk Duncan around dinner time, so it's more like around 5-ish, so that's way more than 3 hours apart, which is awesome. I just have to make sure on weekends and on cardio day I'm watching my time. And now you may or may not think I'm ridiculous for calling this a failure, but the nature of this challenge is for it to be strict and to be hard. And if I want to get the most out of it, I have to put in the work and I have to do it right. Also, I'm posting a lot about it, and I know the 75 Hard community would rip me to shreds if I, am reaching day 75 and I claim to complete it, but they think I kind of did a bad job or didn't really follow it to a T because, like I said, that is the nature of this challenge. It's supposed to be followed to a T, and if it's not, you can't really say you're doing it. Of course, I'm not just doing it right because I'm posting about it, but I truly want to get so much out of this, and this is my main focus right now. This is a journey. I want to push myself and I want to do it for me. And so I'm going to do it right because I know I can. And so I was thinking about all of this on Monday. I finished 2 weeks on Sunday. Monday was about to start day 15, which is the start of week 3 for me. And I was feeling pretty good in my body and my brain. You know, I did have a really awesome 2 weeks, but I do think that I could be doing better and feeling even better. And as I was kind of reflecting on this and realizing like, hey, I kind of failed this and I think I really do need to start over and honor that. Then that day, Monday, the start of week 3, I just didn't do anything that day. Like I didn't do 2 full workouts. I didn't read my book. I didn't do the progress picture. So then I really did fail, right? Because if you miss a day, don't complete your tasks, whatever, then you do have to start over. So I was reflecting and being like, you know what? I don't think I'm doing this right. And then I did fail that day. And so I officially needed to start over. And I don't feel bad at all, honestly. This is a part of learning and growing. And I just did an awesome 2 weeks. And hey, now I get to do another 75 days of great healthy habits that are gonna make me develop myself as a person and feel incredible. I'm trying to look at it that way, you know? I mean, of course, after this challenge, I wanna keep certain things up. I'm not gonna do all of these things on a day-to-day basis, but I had 2 awesome weeks. Now let's level up and give it another 75. I get to do this. I don't have to. I don't have to make myself. I could just fail right now and be like, see ya, bye, no more daily uploads. Like, I don't wanna do it anymore. But no, instead of stopping and like completely stopping, I am restarting and gonna do it, gonna complete it, gonna finish it the right way. And about the water, I wanna address the water. So I still do very much stand behind the opinion that a gallon of water is not for everyone. A gallon of water is way too much for me. Andy, the creator of the challenge, I'm pretty sure he said he was like 250 pounds, something like that. And I think he's at least 6 feet tall. And so when he was creating this challenge, you know, 2 workouts a day for someone at his size, drinking a gallon of water, that may be appropriate. He probably still had to push himself, but you know, it's okay. Whereas me, I am just under 5'1", and I don't really share my weight online, but I'll tell you, I'm more than 100 pounds, but less than 150 pounds. And for someone this size, I don't think I need a gallon of water, even if I'm doing 2 workouts a day. So I don't like that rule. I don't like that rule. I really think that he can push you to drink more water, and he should have come up with some ratio or some equation or something to find what an amount would be that's, you know, you pushing yourself to be extra hydrated but not taking it too far. But unfortunately, that's just not what happened. And so if I want to do this right, I kind of have to abide by that rule. I think the only way around this is if I were to like go get a doctor's note. Even then, that was more stuff I saw on Reddit. I'm not exactly sure how like he feels about that, which I keep referencing him. I don't even really care or know about him as a person at all, but I keep referencing him because it's like he is the creator of this challenge. So if you want to do it accurate, you kind of have to do what he says, right? And to be honest, I don't even have a doctor here. I would have to do some more digging to see if that's like, I don't know, following the challenge. And again, you might think I'm being dramatic and annoying and ridiculous and saying, Morgan, a gallon is too much for you, a gallon is too much for you. And I know that, but I do want to be true to the challenge. So I will be drinking a gallon. And I've gotten so many awesome tips from you. You know, I've gotten like, hey, make sure if you're drinking that much water, you need to pay attention. Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling sick? Like you got to pay attention to how you're feeling because too much water can be dangerous. Make sure you're having sodium, having electrolytes, all of those things. And so I'm going to be monitoring myself. I'm going to do this as safely as possible. I'm going to try not to chug too much at once, right? I'm not going to be stupid, but I do have to do the gallon because it's a rule, you know? Because again, the harsh reality is that if you don't do one of these rules, you're not doing 75 hard. And that's okay. Maybe you shouldn't do 75 hard. Maybe you don't want to do 75 hard. You don't have to. People have created other versions of this challenge for a reason. You know, maybe one of those is more appropriate. I feel like re-listening to these podcast episodes, which to be honest, I don't like them because it just feels like this big grown man is yelling at me the whole time and I don't want to listen to that. But listening to how he talks about things, I do feel like I am getting the message and the intent of how this challenge is really supposed to be done. And I really want to improve it and start over with a fresh mindset and just be more serious about it. Again, because I want to get the most out of this. It's not just about the integrity of the challenge and the name of the game, but it's about what I want to do for myself. And why do I even want to do it? Well, I want to push myself. I feel like I haven't pushed myself in a while and I need something to push myself. I want to be on on this journey. I struggle so much with imposter syndrome, and I always think that I'm confident, but at the end of the day, my immediate reaction to things is that I can't do them. And I want to change that. I want to prove to myself that I can reframe my thinking, I can get my body into awesome shape, and I just want to get out of the way of myself, because I truly think that I create these unnecessary barriers that don't have to exist or don't even exist. I just make them exist in my head, and I want to stop living like that. And I am certainly going to continue the daily uploads. So maybe this is a good thing. Now you're gonna get 89 plus videos of 75 hard, healthy habits, etc. I filmed 2 full weeks and uploaded all of them already, and now we're restarting. So 14 plus 75 is 89. Plus, I'm sure there will be more. This one also is another one, right? So that we're up to 90. This is a lot of videos. But that's my plan moving forward. I'm not gonna quit. Like, I'm gonna continue doing this. I just need to level up. I need to restart, refresh, revamp, and be true to it and be true to myself. I'm honestly feeling pretty good, pretty fresh, pretty ready. I'm getting into a routine, a system. It takes a while, but I haven't really filmed and edited and uploaded like this in a while, maybe even ever. You know, Vlogmas, I'm usually a little more prepared, but I can't really prepare that much with these. So I'm trying to finally get used to this schedule and just the constant grind. And I really appreciate you so much for following along, whether you're doing 75 hard or you're just trying to, you know, better yourself. And these videos are inspiring to you. Reading those comments makes me so happy. We're just all out here trying to better ourselves, and that's amazing. And everyone has a different scenario. Everyone's dealt a different set of cards, but just out here trying to do your best is awesome. And I read every single comment. I promise I do. My responses are really lagging right now just because of all the time spent editing. That's just the reality of it. It is time consuming, but I'm so happy to do it, you know? Nobody's making me do this, right? Like, I'm choosing to do this. Also, for those of you that have said, I'm doing 75 hard and we're on the same day, this and that, I apologize because now we're not gonna be on the same day, so yeah. But I wanna remind you, it's okay to fall down, and all that matters is that you get back up. So here's me falling, being honest, admitting it to you, and we're gonna pick back up from here. And that's okay, like I'm just not upset. I don't know, I'm not upset at all. It's been a great start to the year and I just wanna keep better. Those are all of my thoughts. Some of this might have sounded a little harsh, a little tough love, but that's kind of how it's supposed to be, and I want to be true to that because I just really want to get so much out of this. I want to get to the next level, and I want to push myself, and that's what we're gonna do. So thank you so much for following along. If you're new here, we're starting fresh. Attempt number 2, day 1. Tomorrow. It'll be the next upload right after this one. Please subscribe if you have not. It helps me more than you know. I really want to reach 100,000 subscribers. Let's make it happen in 2025. I love you so much. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you in my next one, day 1, tomorrow.